Hello everyone, this is Brian with Zimco Survival and I'm back again today. Today I'm doing an update video on the Thorfire Solar Flashlight. Now I've had this for quite some time. This is about 2 years now. So I guess you could call it a 2-year update video. But I'm also going to do a review on this because it's been so long since I last did a video. And the video I did I wasn't particularly thrilled with. So let's go ahead and get started on the review, and then I'll let you guys know how it's held up over the years. So basically, this is from Thorfire. This is a type of a design that's basically been copied quite a bit, including by the Friendly Swede. Also has one exactly like this as well. This is basically a waterproof, although in all honesty I'd call it water resistant. Water can still seep in, especially if the screws are not completely tightened down. So when you get it, if you really want to make sure it's waterproof, go ahead and tighten those screws as much as you can, because this little crack around this black piece here, that's where your water is going to get in. But it is a 2-charge method style flashlight. You have the solar charging, which does work. It still works even now. And then you have a hand crank on the back side, so you can crank it like that as well. 1 full minute of cranking this flashlight is supposed to give you 60 minutes of light on the low setting, which is just 1 bulb right there in the center, and then it's supposed to give you, I think, 45 minutes of both or all 3 going, so that's high. The solar charging typically takes a full day to charge, and by nighttime you get your 120 minutes, so about 2 hours worth of light, if you just let it solar charge off your backpack, which is the way I tend to use it. It still works. This is my primary carry flashlight. I also have one of these in my bug out bag. I have this around the house. So this flashlight has seen quite a lot of use. This is not something that I just bought and packed away. This is something that I actually use all the time. If I go out hiking, I have this. If power goes out here, I use this. This is my flashlight. This is what I use. So it has held up very, very well. It's seen many drops from tables onto the floor, from my backpack. It's fallen more than its fair share of times, and so far it's been perfect. It has not had any problems. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see the light, but there's low, there's high, and there's the strobe. This does have a pretty decent amount of light to it. I think it's about 12 lumens on high, and what was it, 12 to 18 on high. I think it's 18. It's basically 6, 6, and 6 for each one of the bulbs. So it's 6 on low, and I believe it's 18 on high. Now the problem with that is, as with most recharging flashlights, over time that number decreases. Although with this one I found it decreases much slower than other ones, where it tends to hold its brightness, and then right before the battery starts, or before it starts to die, that's when it tapers off. This one actually holds its brightness fairly well. Now, it does not have a battery. It has a capacitor where it stores the energy that you use to charge it, so there is no battery in here at all. There's no way to change a battery, there's no way to access a battery, there is no battery. So as a result, you don't have to worry about corrosion over the years and having to replace a rechargeable battery. That's not how this works. It's used as a capacitor. There is no battery at all inside of this flashlight. The LEDs, I think, are rated to 100,000 hours, and the button is rated to 50,000 presses. Great overall flashlight. The thing that gets me about most hand cranked flashlights and solar is that the solar starts to die on you. You don't really get a good charge out of it anymore, and so you switch over to the hand crank, and then the hand crank dies. Well, with this one, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear it. It's got a good stiff hand crank on it. And it's got good gears inside of it. It is a fantastic flashlight. Through all the hand cranking I've done with this, I've never had it fail on me. I've never had it skip a gear. It's always been perfect as far as that goes. So essentially, you know, it isn't overly large. It does have a lanyard hole here at the back, so you can hook it to your backpack. Like I said, I just carry it like that, so it gets the solar charging. But the benefit is, if you need more light, even if, you know, you've charged it fully on solar and it still dies, you know, you use it way too much, you always have the hand crank option. Now, like I said, this is my preferred emergency light, and I like it so much I actually use it in my house as my standard flashlight. But each one of my go bags, bug out bags, whatever you want to call it, has one of these flashlights because it is just an awesome flashlight. Now, view distance with this flashlight is going to be somewhere in the area of about 40 to 50 feet. So not like ultra far. You're not going to get this huge beam of light coming out. But you can see where you're going about 40 to 50 feet away. So for most hiking purposes, for bug out purposes or prepping or anything like that, you don't need a torch. You know, you're not trying to blind a guy 3 football fields away. You're trying to see where you're going, and preferably in a way that isn't going to alert everybody around you. And I find that this provides just enough light to see where you're going and get to where you're going without lighting up the whole area, which is why I actually really like this one. I like the fact that there's no batteries in here to go bad. I like the fact that it's solar charging is still working, hand crank is still working, everything is still working. The button is nice and firm, so it's not, you know, it's not falling apart on me yet. It is water resistant. You can put it in water for a short period of time, but there will be some water buildup, specifically underneath this black cap here. So this will survive a fall into a river or stream or something like that, but I wouldn't keep it submerged for more than a few minutes before it would start to receive damage. But overall, great little flashlight. I have had no problems with it. I recommend you guys get one. They're cheap. They run less than 20 bucks. Overall, best money I've spent when it comes to flashlights. And I have some expensive flashlights, but this is actually my favorite. And the one, like I said, I've pretty much the other ones have disappeared somewhere because this is what I've been using. So there you go, 5 out of 5 star review. I will have this and the friendly Swede version in the description. It will be an affiliate link there, so go ahead and take a look if this is something you're interested in. But thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Bye bye.